Hello and welcome back to episode 13, my Heaven Sea playthrough. In the last episode it turned out, after the battle with Sakura, Shiro and Rin took her to the church to Kotomina to look at what up at what happened to her. And it turns out that the worm thingies that Zoken keeps in his basement are inside of Sakura and are draining her of her magical energy. And well, that basically means if she does not replenish the magical energy she uses up, with the worms use up, she will die. And with the worms, Zoken can control that. So it's kind of an iffy situation, and Rin decided to go and kill Sakura, and Shiro decided against that, to protect Sakura and stay with her and do everything he can to make her life better. But, well, he's on his own in that regard now. So let's see what happens next. Darkwood Sleeping Beauty. We start off with another morning. Open my eyes. I stick my arm up in the air for no real reason, stare at the ceiling and let it fall onto the futon. Feels kinda heavy. I keep gazing absently at the ceiling without getting up. Feels like my whole body is slow. My head is in a daze and my body wants rest. That must be why I don't feel like getting up, even though it's already morning. I'm so tired. Maybe the fatigue has been building up. A lot happened yesterday, but I didn't go to bed particularly exhausted. Probably feel this way because I didn't sleep enough. Maybe I didn't sleep well. The blood will start flowing once I move around. Sakura's in a much worse shape than I am anyway. She's doing her best, so I can't let a little grogginess keep me down. Put myself up for the day and get out of bed. Then the dizziness hits me again. It isn't from my body's slowness. It's like, as soon as I look at my bedroom, I remember what happened last night all too vividly. I better change. Oh man. If this is already making me blush, how am I going to talk to Sakura today? If you're wondering, Shiro lets Sakura suck his blood to restore her energy. Magic energy. Alright, here goes. I'll be okay. I've already run in this simulation a bunch of times. There's nothing difficult about it. It's just good morning like always. What am I getting so worked up for? But I thought Sakura would be in the kitchen, but she's already putting breakfast on the table. Good morning, senpai. Yeah, morning, Sakura. Well, try to think of something clever to say. But draw a blank. Draw a blank. Morning, Sakura. Breakfast looks really good. How unimaginative even for me. Wait, I greeted her already, idiot? Yes, good morning, senpai. But somehow Sakura replies feels exactly the same too. Her eyes go wide, as if she's realized the same thing. I must be making the same face. Thought makes me relax. We've both been nervously looking forward to seeing each other. Good morning for the third time, Sakura. I feel myself smiling. This time I say it with relief. Yes, good morning, senpai. Then we awkwardly start eating breakfast. Let's eat then. Yes, let's eat. Even though we try to carry on like we always do, I still can't stop feeling nervous. I move my chopsticks uneasily. Sakura eats cheerfully, like she's gotten used to it already. Is this something that girls are better at? Hmm? What's wrong? Oh, would you like more miso soup? No, I'm still on my first bowl. But it's good. Delicious, actually. Yes, I'm confident in today's breakfast. I'm glad you like it. Her smile squeezes my heart. I'm still blushing while Sakura is calm, so I did dig into my food to hide my embarrassment. I set down my empty bowl with a clink. But all of the side dishes on the table are still untouched. It took all my effort just to focus on my soup and rice, so I didn't even notice the other food. Sorry, Sakura, but I'm at my wit's end. I need some time anyway, away in my room, to cool my head. Senpai, is breakfast not to your liking? Ugh. Tactical retreat ends in failure. My escape route was cut off, or I knew it. I suddenly hold my rice out my rice bowl. Oh, you want seconds? I made a lot, so be sure to eat it all. Sakura returns my bowl with an extra large helping of rice, and breakfast resumes. Oh well, I'll just have to deal with this. I'm already the only one blushing, so I can't let every single thing Sakura does throw me off a loop. Still though, wait, Sakura, don't we have a problem here? Hmm? What problem, senpai? She looks at me puzzled, in puzzlement. In other words... Sakura doesn't see a problem with Ryder sitting silently next to us. Oh god. I mean... glance at Ryder. She seems to notice the imbalance I'm getting at. There's no need to concern yourself with me. Continue your meal. She urges, just as gracefully as Sakura. Huh? Are you worried about her? It appears so. It's true. We had common conflict several times. You must be uncomfortable sharing a table with an enemy. That's not true. Senpai doesn't hold it against you, Ryder. Well, this is a pickle. I don't resent Ryder, but she's an A-list of people I'm bad at dealing with.
どうでしょうか。
Perhaps.
彼の食事が進まないのは私がいるからのようです。目につくというのなら席を外しますが。
It seems he's having trouble eating because I am here. Can take my leave if I'm being a nuisance.
だからそんなことないです。ね、先輩はライダーがいても構いませんよね。
I'm telling you, it isn't like that. You don't mind if Ryder joins us, do you, Senpai? I'm in a tough spot. But I say, I'm fond of her, I can't deal with her. More importantly, aren't you going to eat, Ryder? Probably won't die, right? We choose one thing. The middle thing, I mean. But I'm going to say, more importantly, aren't you going to eat, Ryder? If I'm being honest, it's hard to deal with her. Still, I know that Ryder is on our side. Ryder being here isn't what bothers me, rather. Aren't you going to eat, Ryder? Sakura and I are eating, so it's awkward if you just sit there. I feel uncomfortable that Ryder is the only one not eating.
食べません。
I'm not eating. Oh, she's kinda upset. Why not? Servants get hungry too. Saber didn't say so, but she ate a lot.
彼女は私たちとは別です。私は人間としての栄養摂取に興味はありませんし、それにあなたたちの作法は私には合いません。
She's different from the rest of us. I have no interest in human nutrition. And to begin with, your way of eating is not suited to me. Oh, if you can't use chopsticks, you should have just said so.
先輩
Hang on, I'm going to get Ryder a spoon and some plates.
そうですね。それじゃあ私はオムレツを作ります。それぐらいだったらすぐですよね。
That's right, I make an omelette too. It'll just take a moment.
さくら、
いいからいいから。ライダー、ご飯食べるの初めてでしょ。これからライダーにはお世話になるんだから、せめてこれぐらいさせてください。
It's okay, Ryder. This is our first meal together, you know? If you're going to be taking care of me, and it's the least thing we can do. Sakura comes to the kitchen cheerfully. Should we make her soup while we're at it? We have extra consommé? What? Consommé? What's that?
いいですね。トマトも余ってますし、パパッとやっつけちゃいましょう。
Oh, that's a good idea. Add tomatoes too, so let's get it done in a jiffy. And so, Sakura starts making breakfast for Ryder. Ryder watches from the living room while Sakura happily shuffles back and forth. It's 9 a.m. by the time we finish breakfast. We skip school. Now that things have gotten this serious, I don't feel like going to school until the Holy Grail War is over. One of the reasons I went to school was to fight together with Tosaka. Now that our alliance is over, there's no point going out during the day, and most of all, it's too dangerous to let Sakura go outside. She's acting like she's in good health, but she could collapse at any time, like she did yesterday. Kotamina's treatment bought her time, but Sakura's walking on a tight rope. I don't know what Zoken intends to do. But I can't let him get away anywhere and let him get anywhere near Sakura, especially in her delicate state. There's nothing I can do if the crestworms inside her start moving again. Shinji used the drug, but Zoken was the one who implanted the crestworms, so he can probably activate them again just by looking at her. And Kotamine did say that Sakura doesn't have much time left. I'm the only one who knows that. I can't even tell Sakura or Tosaka. What I need to do now is end this war while Sakura doesn't know the truth. I don't have the power to save her. But it should be easy to save her with the omnipotent power of a Holy Grail.
先輩、さっきから怖い顔して変ですよ。学校は休んじゃいましたし、ゆっくりしていいと思いますけど。
Senpai, you're making a strangely scary expression. We're taking a day off school, so I think you can rest. No, I rest once the war is over. Right now, I need to think about ways to win it.
先輩、戦いってまだ続ける気なんですか？
Do you still intend to fight, Senpai? The anxious tone is a little unexpected. I've had a hunch for a while now that Sakura has no intent to fight. She should know that the Holy Grail is the only way to heal herself, but she doesn't even consider it as an option. She has an aversion to fighting. Sakura is extremely afraid of hurting other people. That isn't wrong, and I don't intend to deny her feelings. Sakura can stay the way she is. I'm the one who's made her cry. Oh, shit. If I remember correctly, that's yes. I'm the one who made her cry, and it's my role to fight. Yeah, I keep fighting. I try to resolve things peacefully when I can, but it won't always go that way. I don't imagine Zoken will let you go. I'm sorry, but I can't let him get the Holy Grail. There are 4 masters left. I'm going to make sure that you're the one who wins. And we'll have you when we have to use the Holy Grail.
そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しいです。けど、先輩、遠坂先輩と戦えるんですか？
I'm happy to hear that, but Senpai, can you fight Tosaka? If she gets in the way, I will. Honestly, the Holy Grail is dangerous, and I'd rather leave it up to her. I'm sure she could handle it safely, and she'd probably help you.
そうでしょうか。あの人は魔術師です。私みたいに弱い人間のことなんて考えてくれないと思います。
Do you think so? She's still a mage. She might not care for a weak person like me. I can't fully deny that. Tosaka is a good person, I know that. But she's still a fully fledged mage. Last night she said that she'd killed Sakura. Even if that's what the situation is called for at the time, she still made her choice and was fully ready to carry it out. So, if it turns out that even the Holy Grail can't even save Sakura, she'll have gained a weapon even more powerful than Archer she can use to end Sakura's life. You're right, I don't think she's capable of doing that. She can't kill you, Sakura.
どうしてそう思うんですか？先輩は。
Huh? What makes you think that? Well, I don't have any proof, but she's an amazing person at her core. I think she would choose a future that contains a ridiculous happy world where she doesn't have to lose anyone. So it'll be okay. I'm sure that Tosaka will help you in the end.
先輩は遠坂先輩が
Senpai, do you and Tosaka have...
いいえ、何でもありません。先輩がそう言うなら私も信じてみます。
No, never mind. If that's what you think, then I trust you. Okay, but I'd feel a little pathetic if I left it up to her. I should be the one who protects you. I took Sakura's hand and made my choice. I can't let anyone else take my role. I'm going to do whatever I can to make Sakura happy.
先輩、気持ちは嬉しいです。だけど先輩はもう戦える状態ではないと思います。セイバーさんもいなくなって遠坂先輩とも対立してしまった。
Your feeling about it make me happy, but we can't say that you're in a state of fighting anymore. Saber isn't here, and you're up against Tosaka.
先輩はもう聖杯戦争に関わる必要はありません。だから今まで通り、どうか先輩の日常に戻ってください。
You don't need to involve yourself with the Holy Grail anymore. So, please, just come back to the normal life you had before.
私のせいで先輩が傷つくのは嫌です。
I don't want you to get hurt because of me. It was never your fault, silly. I'm doing this because I want to. And it's too late to go back down now. You know that. I fought in a war as Saber's master. I choose to become a master of my own will, not just because I accidentally stumbled into a war. So, I can't back down now. I fight even if I'm alone. I'm going to see this through to the end. It's the only way I can repay Saber for going along with my selfishness.
じゃあ、先輩はどうしても。
So, no matter what you... I won't stop fighting. That's why we need to decide on our direction going forward. Is that alright with you, Ryder?
構いません。あなたの意見は正しい。さくらはどうですか？
I do not mind. Your opinion is correct. What about you, Sakura? Sakura silently agrees. Good. She seems to have accepted the logic of it. Alright, before we start the meeting though, I look at Ryder. Since breakfast, I've gradually gotten used to Ryder's presence in the living room, but there's still something I want to address.
何でしょうか？
What is it? Your eyes. Do you mind taking off your blindfold while you're at home? I know about your mystic eyes already, so you don't have to hide them. Isn't she uncomfortable keeping the blindfold on?
つまり、私が美観を損ねると。
You mean you find it visually unappealing? Yeah, to be blunt, putting that aside, it has to be uncomfortable. It's a waste of your good looks. So why don't you get more comfortable?
だそうです、マスター。あなたの意見次第では、私も考えますが。
So he says, Master, I believe it's up to you in that case.
ダメです。
No?
そんなの絶対ダメ。
Absolutely not. Huh? But why is Sakura so strongly against it? Why not? Doesn't it bother you that she keeps the blindfold on?
困りません。大体ですね。ライダーの目は魔眼なんですよ。ちょっとした弾みで魔術にかかっちゃったらどうするんですか？
It doesn't bother me at all. Besides, Ryder's eyes are mystic eyes. What if she hits you with her magecraft on impulse? Would that happen, Ryder?
かかります。私の目は魔眼というよりは邪眼ですから。
It would. My eyes are more like wicked eyes than mystic eyes.
私本人が魔力をセーブしたところであなたを対象外にするのは難しい。
Even if I conserve my magical energy, it would be difficult to stop them from affecting you. Damn, so you can't control your own eyes. Oops.
できませんね。それゆえの称号です。
I cannot. That is what they are known for.
ですが、昨日ほどの効果は望めないでしょう。あなたは私の魔眼が石化だと知っている。不意打ちによる認識洗浄は弱まっていますから、体が硬直するスピードは落ちるはずです。
However, you can expect them to have a lesser effect than they did yesterday. As you know, my mystical eyes have a power of petrification. The cognitive erasure they cause when their target is taken by surprise is weakened, so your body should not petrify as quickly. I see. So I wouldn't get instantly paralyzed like I did yesterday?
状況によります。あなたが気を抜いていれば魔眼の効果は上がるでしょう。
That depends. On the situation, if you let your guard down, the mystic eyes would have an increased effect. Looks like it'd be safe as long as I don't mess up. So I think it should be okay. Even if I get caught in your mystic eyes, we're on the same side, so you can just set me free.
そうですね。私はあなたの命は取りません。そういった意味で言えば、何の危険もありませんが。
That is true. I will not kill you. In that sense, there's no danger to your life.
ダメったらダメです。ライダーの目は石化だけじゃないんだから。
No, it means no, Ryder. Eyes do more than just petrify people. Is she jealous?
そうでしたね。では、封
Oh,
印はこのままにしておきましょう。
this is also true. So, let us keep the seal on. God damn. Sakura pats her chest in relief. Anyway, not really sure what was that about. But Ryder is going to leave her blindfold on. But damn it. Okay, I'm curious, but if that's what you prefer, then do that.
ええ。素顔を晒すのは嫌いです。以後、この件には触れないように。
Yes, I do not like to bare my face. Let us avoid this topic in the future. Ryder says it coldly, her early levity gone. She's really hard to read. Maybe we're just not very compatible. Let's get back on topic. Going forward, I think we should let Sakura go outside. Shouldn't let the Sakura go outside. It's too dangerous if she runs into Zoken. I do have an old man.
その考えは正しい。ですが、あなたはどうやってあの魔術師を倒すのです？何か考えがあるのですか？
Thinking is correct, however. How will you defeat the mage? Do you have any ideas? I'm not sure what to say to that. I'm sure there are ways to beat him, but I haven't given much thought to picking one. Well, my fate depends on my next choice. I have multiple options. Out of them, the most viable one would be... I think we should cooperate with another master. I'm not saying we can get them to sympathize with us, But there might be someone willing to help us defeat Zoken.
他のマスターって遠坂先輩ですか？
Another master? You mean Tosaka-senpai? No, not her. I'm acquainted with Berserker's master. Her name is Ilya, and she'll listen to what we have to say. To be honest, I can't leave Ilya be either. Tosaka aside, I have no idea what Zoken will do next. He was willing to force Sakura to fight by planting worms into her. Ilya and Berserker are much stronger in direct combat, but Zoken is a schemer. He knows he can't win a duel, so he'll just use other methods. So Ilya can get careless if he has Berserker.
バーサーカー。あなたはあの強戦士が我々の味方になると。
Berserker? You want us to ally with that mad warrior? We don't necessarily need to be allies, but we could convince them not to attack us. And even if we can't work together, I want to warn them. The girl came to this town all alone. Ilya was raised to be a master and given the name Einsburn. She's more than just a stranger to me.
そうですか。けど先輩、そのイリアって人の居場所はわかるんですか？
I see. Do you know where this Ilya is? Yeah. He showed me before. I still remember the way where. It was really a really big forest, so I'm sure it won't be easy to get there. But it should take about half a day.
半日。それって今から行くってことですよね。
Half a day? So, are you leaving now? Yeah, it's better to strike while the iron's hot. And if we go now, I can be back by nightfall. It's a rush decision, but a timely one. I've been wanting to thank Ilya for her help yesterday. Moreover, I have a feeling that everything will change once I bring up Zoken's schemes and that unknown shadow. I'm leaving. I'll be back as soon as I can, so try to get some rest if you're in your room.
わかりました先輩。それならせめてライダーを連れて行ってください。何かあっても必ずライダーが守ってくれますから。
Alright, senpai, but at least take Rider with you. She'll protect you if anything happens. Oh, right. It would be safer. I can't do that. It's just as dangerous to leave Sakura at home by herself. Oh, much more dangerous, since she can't defend herself against Zoken. No, Ryder, you stay with Sakura. If Zoken shows up, avoid fighting since he will use magic energy. Take Sakura and run. We want to be able to keep up with you. Ryder solemnly nods, as if she's had the same idea. See? Ryder agrees with me. You need to stay home today, Sakura.
けど先輩だって危険です。あの森は今。
But you're in danger too. That forest is... Don't worry. If it looks dangerous, I run away immediately. Ilya doesn't have any interest in people who aren't masters anyway. I won't be in any danger. I give Sakura a reassuring clap on the shoulder and leave the living room. Now then. First, I go to the shed and prep something I can use as a weapon. Sakura sees me off as I leave the Emiya house. I carry 2 wooden swords in a tubular shinai bag and something light to eat later. I don't have a map or a compass. I still have a sense of direction. The sense of direction I got from the magecraft Ilya cast on me. All I can do is rely on the memory of what I saw and my own intuition. It isn't 10 o'clock yet. 1 hour by taxi and then 4 more hours walking through the forest. I hope it only takes that long. Anyway, I have the taxi drive slowly while I look for our entrance to the forest that I saw the other day. Once I find it, I'll leave the car and walk by the rest of the way. If all goes well, I should make it to Ilya's castle before sundown. I think about what to do next once I meet Ilya.
Shiro.
Huh? Here's something nostalgic from my house behind me. A businesslike and cool way of addressing me. The same way she said my name positively and awkwardly, yet as kindly as she could. To say a name that can't possibly be here.
待ちなさい。出立の前に話があります。
Wait, I have something to say before you leave. Ryder. As I turn around, I accept reality. This is Ryder. The girl who said my name in that way isn't here anymore. Sure, but make it quick, since I'm on the clock.
私の質問は一つだけです。あなたは桜を守ると言った。その理由を私はまだ聞いてはいません。
I just have one question. You said that you would protect Sakura. You have yet to tell me why, Shiro and Mia. So, you don't trust me?
ええ。私は桜ほどあなたを知っているわけではありませんから。
Yes, I do not know you as well as Sakura does. That makes sense. Ryder wants to protect Sakura, not me. So, she probably wants to know what I'm thinking at least. I'm going to say this once, so don't ask me again. I'm not being vain. Just don't like saying it in front of others. Okay, I love Sakura, but that's not all. Last night I gave Sakura my...
そのようですね。朝、桜の魔力は安定していました。外部からの供給がなければ、桜はまた熱にうなされていたでしょう。
It appears so. The magic energy was stable this morning. Without external supply of energy, she would have suffered from another fever.
それが何か?
But what of it? That's all. I love Sakura. That's all the reason I need to protect her. I think it's perfectly natural for a man to protect the woman he loves.
では、あなたは桜のために戦うのですね。目的はあくまで桜の体を救うため。桜に聖杯を取らせ、自分の益とする気はないと。
And you will fight for her sake? You say that your goal is to heal her body. Will you give her the Holy Grail and not use it for your own benefit? Oh, I'll use it. I don't know what the Holy Grail is, but I'll use it as much as it takes to make her happy.
桜を幸せにする。
You'll make Sakura happy? Yeah, she suffered alone all this time, so I do whatever it takes to make her just as happy. But it says something. She just stands there. It says nothing. She just stands there. Maybe now she knows why I'm embarrassed to say this out loud. Alright, I answered your question. So now it's my turn to ask. It's a request too. Will you hear me out?
ええ。私にできる範囲でなら聞き届けますが。
Yes. If it's within my power, I will hear you out. It's simple. Could you pronounce my name with a different accent than the one used earlier?
わかりました。 シロウでいいのですか?
Well, very well. Shiro, then? No. That's how you say grave wikes. Be more, I don't know.
しろうしろうしろうしろうしろうしろうではなくしろうしろう
Shiro? 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 No. Shiro. Ryder grabs it with the pronunciation. Guess not then. It just causes her trouble by making her try multiple times. Ryder's blindfold and dark clothes give her a thorny image, but she's actually quite sociable. Somehow I get the impression that she would be a little clumsy in private life. Sorry, you just can't say it the old way.
シロウ。発音はこれでいいのですね。シロウ。
Shiro, is this pronunciation correct, Shiro? Yeah, no complaints. Sorry for being so selfish.
わがまま。あなたはシロウと呼ばれることが不快なのでしょう。なら、私に発音を訂正させるのは正しいと思いますが。
Selfish? You didn't like it when I said it the other way, right? I think it's only right for me to correct my pronunciation. No, not at all. Actually, I liked it. Yeah. It's been because I liked it that I don't want anyone else to say it that way. I know it's a silly thing to get hung up on, but I want her to be the only one to say my name that way. I really am just being selfish. You didn't do anything wrong.
わかりました。あなたがそう言うのなら、私も理由は問いません。
Very well. Then I won't ask why. Yeah, anyway, I'm leaving. Take care of Sakura, Ryder. I wave at Ryder and start running. First I need to go to the intersection and hail a taxi. I take it to the outskirts of town and then find the entrance to the forest that I've only seen once. An interlude. Huh. Sakura's perspective. Anyway. I'll save here. But I won't stop the episode. I'll just save. And because I have to go to work. So I will see you in just a sec. And I'm back. Let's continue with the interlude from Sakura's perspective. She's left alone. There's no longer any meaning in the boy's war. No longer a master. He charges off into danger anyway. Meanwhile, the girl who is the cause of it all is resting at home. Reality sinks in.
彼は森に向かいました。後悔しているのですか、さくら。
He's gone to the forest. Do you regret this, Sakura? The servant inquires her master's feelings. Eyes gloomy, the girl shakes her head once.
後悔なんてできないでしょ、ライター。 そんなもの今さら何の意味もない。
How could I feel regret now, after all this time, Ryder?
そうですね。確かに意味のない質問でした。
Yes, it was a pointless question.
けど辛いことだけじゃない。私ね、不謹慎だって分かってるのに嬉しいの。先輩が私のために何かしてくれるのは純粋に嬉しいから。
Yeah, but while it does hurt, I know it's wrong to feel this way. But I'm also very happy to know that Senpai is doing this all for my sake. Even as she says it, pain fills her expression. Her lips feel practically sewn together by her guilt, even as she speaks of joy.
けどそれは間違ってる。おじい様は容赦なんてしない。先輩が戦う限り常に死の危険性がある。
He's making a mistake. Grandfather won't show any mercy. Senpai could always get killed as long as he's out there fighting.
それに
Worst,
何より
worst of all, though, it will be a problem for her if she lets him get involved any further. The future holds nothing good for either of them. That's why she's hoped he would give up on the war and go back to their normal life. She doesn't have much time left anyway. She'd prefer to live the rest of it for him. However, beneath that desire, she feels a glimmer of hope. That his fighting might allow them to be together longer. Now she's simply delighted to see that her beloved is fighting and getting hurt on her behalf. She doesn't want him to fight, but she's overjoyed that he's doing it for her. Two competing wishes, V for her heart, and she's stuck unable to decide which one matters more.
嘘。結婚なんてしてないくせに。
It's a lie. I'm not on the fence at all. She mumbles in anguish, keenly aware of her dark nature. That's right. Actually, she wants him to fight. She wants him to save her. To make up for all the time during which she had never noticed her. So it's alright if he gets hurt. She's thinking something she never should. She clutches her chest in pain. The worms inside her wiggle up and down her nerves, as if responding to her dark desires. It was only an instant. That single thought of him getting hurt is enough to make the worms dilate her body even more. Wriggle, wriggle. Wriggle, wriggle. Ooh. All the squirming in her body starts to make her ears ring. A chill runs through her blood. Her body is so disgusting, so wicked, to be aroused by something like this. The worms that dissolved in her blood became a sweet poison, eating her body. They swell and roil like waves, swallowing her consciousness. When she gets aroused like this, she always thinks, these defiled arms and legs can't be human. A dark longing makes her stumble, and she tumbles to the ground in a tangle of hair and limbs. She can't stop breathing, her spine fuses together like sticky sap. It's not different from the things attached to her nerves. The more she tries to resist them, the deeper the worms invade her nerves, melting her mind away until she feels like she's become a worm. The ominous vision grips her entire body.
さくら、
大丈夫。私はまだ平気です。それよりお願いライダー。どうか先輩についていってあげて。
I'm fine. I'm still alright. More importantly, I have a favor to ask. Ryder, please go with Senpai.
命令ならば従います。ですがさくら、あなたの体とて長くはない。私を行使するということは、あなたの余命を削ることです。それでもいいのですね。
I go if you order it. But Sakura, your body will not last much longer. Having me act will only shorten your remaining life. Are you sure about this?
どうせ長くないもの。私。
Yeah, it's because I don't have much time left.
今はちゃんとしてるけど、気を抜くとね、自分が何をしていたかわからなくなるの。日に日に記憶が曖昧になって、手足の感覚もない。時間の感覚だってもうバラバラで、一日が長く続いてくれないんだ。
I'm still myself now, but if I lose focus, I don't know what I'll do. My memories are getting more vague each day, and I can't feel my arms and legs anymore. My sense of time is all over the place, and I can't even keep track of a day anymore.
今朝だって、なんか先輩を見送ってから1週間ぐらい経ってる気がするの。
Even this morning, when I watched Senpai leave, it felt like a whole week went by. She says if it doesn't particularly bother her. She's already accepted her death. Even as she tries not to shamefully cling to hope, she wants to protect him.
承知しました。主の命に従い、エミやシローを護衛します。
I understand. By your command, I will guard Shiro Emiya.
ありがとう。ごめんね、ライダー。私がダメになったら、すぐに新しい人と契約して。先輩はちょっと嫌だけど、ライダーならいいかな。
Thanks, and sorry, Ryder. If I'm not good anymore, find someone new to contract with right away. I'd rather not be Senpai, but I guess it's alright if it's you. She forces herself to smile. The black-clad servant nods once and leaves her master.
良くない風です。宝具を使用することになりますが、構いませんね。
This is an ill breeze. I will need to use my noble phantasm, if you don't mind.
危なくなったら、先輩を連れ帰ってきて。
Yeah, if Senpai's in danger, bring him home.
分かっています。けれどさくら、
I know, but Sakura.
私はあの老人ではなく、あの神父こそを注意すべきだと思うのですが。
I think we should be more cautious of that priest than the old man. Ryder leaves with that last remark. That was a surprise. The servant doesn't give her opinions. She had a stoic personality and carries out orders exactly as they are given. Until now, she has never made such as much as a suggestion.
そうね。私も、本当はそう思うわ。
Yeah, I think so too. A sing-song whisper. A languid, even graceful expression replaces her early gloom.
けど安心して、ライダー。
But don't worry, Ryder.
だってあの人、私には勝てないもの。
He can't beat me. She giggles, like a girl picking flowers. Ui, ui. A few minutes off a highway, I find the forest entrance, which feels familiar despite it being my first time seeing it, shrouded in the mist even during daytime. In the woods, the mist hanging in the air and the lack of sunlight getting through the trees makes me lose my sense of time. Wow, am I gonna be okay? I'm amazed by my recklessness all too late. I didn't feel lost when I was looking through Ilya's eyes last time, but this isn't something I can navigate using my memories alone. No, I whine later. It's do or die now. No time to worry about appearances. I pump myself up. It's now sometime past noon. When I was seeing through Ilya's eyes, it took roughly 4 hours to get to the castle from here. The rest is up to my physical stamina and my talent slash memory and aptitude slash reproduction skill as a mage. I walk through the forest. The thick scent of tree sap makes the air feel slightly stuffy. It isn't as bad as walking in the mountains, but the uneven terrain saps my stamina bit by bit. I think I've been walking on the path Ilya showed me from about 2 hours now. But I still can't see anything up ahead, and the lack of landmarks is bothering me a little. Thanks to my daily training, I don't have a problem with walking in the wilderness all day, but it does build up mental fatigue that isn't easy to notice. Memory tells me that, that it's 2 more hours to the castle. If I come across something entirely unexpected at the time, then I don't know if I'll be able to get out of the forest. My physical limits are still ways off, but the mental stress could cause me to start making small mistakes. Mountain climbing requires one to stay hydrated, carefully monitor one's physical condition, and make constant decisions, such as whether to step left or right next, or whether the next handhold is a millimeter too shallow or deep. This forest trek isn't quite so demanding, but it brings risk on its own. I can't tell what direction I'm facing, or where my current location is, to say nothing of the distress that could cause. There's also a direct threat from forest wildlife. In a forest as big as this, animals are sure to have marked their territory. Yeah, but probably doesn't know that. I think Ilya is monitoring the forest at all times, right? People usually get attacked while hiking because they violate an animal's territory. Walking around recklessly is like asking to get attacked. So there are times when it's better to go around a game trail that would have taken you straight to your destination. Fortunately, there aren't any snakes in these woods. There are only signs of wild dogs in the area, and they are rarely sighted. The lack of local wildlife is probably due to Ainsworth and Magecraft. Still, there are wild dogs around, and in the worst case I might run into something even worse than that. Oh, its way is not good. I need to be careful on the way back. I avoid a thicket that looks like something might have been living there, and continue retracing my steps. A wise man keeps away from danger. An iron rule of hiking isn't to run away at the first sign of danger, but to avoid dangerous looking places to begin with. Still though, this forest feels different from what Ilya has shown me. It's like the air feels different on my skin. With each step I take deeper into the forest, I feel an unpleasant tingle up my spine. Don't go this way. leave this forest right now. No matter how many people you bring, none will return alive. Even these trees seem to whisper, that as their branches sway in the wind. Also, the smell. I thought it was the scent of tree sap, but it's not quite that. It has the same sweetness, but not the vitality of a forest. This is... I'm pretty sure. A shadow? Wait. I draw a wooden sword from my back. I stop, concentrate, and take a few minutes to strengthen my sword. Something's coming. I hear footsteps from the direction of a thicket. Straining my ears, I can hear it mixed with the sound of someone pushing through branches and a creaking noise. It's coming. Something makes a beeline for me through the greenery. I raise my wooden sword. I tense my arms, slightly tighten my grip on the sword, raise the weapon to an overhead striking position and... Hold it right there!
そこまでよ、動かないで。
Stop right there. We both freeze. Now then, how should I break this deadlock?
ちょっと、いい加減それ下げてくれない？お化け屋敷じゃないんだから。
Hold on. Would you put that down? We're not in a haunted house. Tosaka is the first to break the ice. Oh, sorry. I lower the sword as asked.
珍しいところであったじゃない。
Fancy running into you here.
一応聞いておくけど、ピクニックの下見ってわけじゃないわよね。
You aren't here for a picnic, are you? As if... What about you, Tosaka? You're not the type to go for walks in the woods. What are you scheming now?
失礼ね。森林浴ぐらいするわよ。そりゃ今日は違う要件だけど。
That's rude. I do take walks, but I'm not here for but I'm here for other reasons today. She protests with a grunt. What surprises me is that she doesn't deny that she's up to something. Tosaka, are you here to fight Ilya? I get straight to the point.
だとしたらどうなの？あなたはもうマスターじゃない。なら、私たちの戦いに首を突っ込む資格も義理もないはずよ。
So, what if I am? You aren't a master anymore. You don't have the right or obligation to stick your neck out into our battles. I don't, but if you're going to fight Ilya, then I'll stop you.
なんでよ。もしかしてイリアとサクラを組ませるってあら？
Why? Are you trying to get her to team up with Sakura? That too, but Tosaka, you won't get out unscathed. If you fight her, you're bound to get hurt once you start. Don't want that to happen to begin with.
初めから戦いを止めるためにでしょ？なんだ、それまだ変わってなかったんだ。
You want to stop the war, right? So, that still hasn't changed, huh? Tosaka shifts from her barbed attitude to an exaggerated shrug. This is her true face. The one that always drags me around and was close by my side until Sakura ended up in the current situation. What? I made up my mind already. I won't change it that easily.
でしょうね。ほんと前々から思ってたんだけど。
I'm sure you wouldn't. Honestly, I've always thought this about you. What's she getting at? Tosaka heaves an exaggerated sigh.
エミヤ君ってすっごいバカでしょ。
Emiya, you're really stupid. She gives me a grin so bright it makes you blink, even if she says that.
けどいいわ。懲りないやつだけど、あなたはそうでなくちゃ張り合いがない。不器用は不器用なりに、せいぜい努力することね。
But that's okay. You never learn, but it wouldn't be worth competing with you if you weren't like this. You try your best, no matter how clumsy you are. Hey! What's with that triumphant grin? You're really good at pissing people off.
いいからいいから。で、その格好からするに、エミヤ君もイリアスフィールに用があるってわけね。さっきは当てずっぽうで言ったけど、本当にイリアスフィールと話し合いをするつもりなんだ。
Alright, settle down. From the looks of it, you've got some business with Eliasville. I was just taking a shot in the dark earlier, but you really do intend to talk to her. I can't believe she's grinning at me like that while I get mad. Damn it. For some reason I'm weak to Tosaka when this happens. It's like I lose no matter what I say. Like the more I protest, the more I get driven into the corner.
どうしたの？急に黙っちゃって。黙秘なんてエミヤ君らしくないわよ。
Hmm? What's wrong? You are quiet. It isn't like you. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to see Ilya. So don't get in the way of it. If you follow me, I'll chase you off.
あれ？何？もしかしてイリアスフィールの居場所知ってるの？
Oh, does it mean you know where she is? Oh, whoops. I said something else I shouldn't have.
よかった。それなら案内してもらえる？
Great! Mind showing me the way then?
私も大体の場所はわかるんだけど、大昔の地図だから信憑性低くって。エミヤ君が知ってるなら話は早いわ。
Know a general area, but I don't really trust my old map. If you know where to go, that saves me a lot of trouble. You know, I'd say just say not to follow me.
あら、エミヤ君はイリアスフィールと話し合いに行くのに、私から目を離していいの？万が一私が先に到着しちゃったら、もう話し合いどころじゃないと思うけど。
Oh my. Should you really take your eyes off me if you're going to talk to Eliasville? What if I get there first? That will complicate things, won't it? Is that a threat? I bet you're just coming with me to pick a fight with her.
売らないわよ。イリアスフィールと共闘できるなら、それに越したことはないもの。とりあえずやるべきことは造剣の排除でしょ。私がここに来たのは、イリアスフィールに忠告に来ただけだもの。
I want? Not if she's willing to form a common front. First order of things is to eliminate Zorkin, right? I just came here to give her a warning. Warning?
マト造剣が何やら企んでるから、甘く見てると痛い目に遭うって。キャスターのこともあるし、バーサーカーまでああなっちゃこっちが不利でしょ。
I was going to say that Zorkin Mato is up to something, so she shouldn't underestimate him or she'll get hurt. Given what happened to Caster, she'll be at a disadvantage if he gets his hands on Berserker too.
けど、そう忠告したところで戦いになるって覚悟してたけどね。私とあの子じゃ話し合いなんてできない。
But I'm ready for it to turn into a fight once I warn her. I can't have a dialogue with that girl.
一応忠告して、それで戦いになるのなら仕方ないって思ってた。いずれ倒さないといけない相手だし、遅いか早いかの違いでしょ。
I'm resigned to the idea of possibly fighting her right after I warn her. It was bound to happen sooner or later, since I need to defeat her.
でも、見たところエミヤ君には当てがありそうじゃない？なら冒険をする必要もないし、エミヤ君の努力次第でことは丸く収まるってこと。
But it sounds like you have another option. In that case, I don't need to take the risk of fighting her. Depending on how well you do, let's settle everything peacefully.
ほら、難しい顔しない。あなたがイリアスフィールを説得できるなら、私はおとなしく帰ってあげる。
Come on, don't give me that look. If you can't persuade her, then I'll leave her peacefully.
で、もし失敗したら、協力してあの子を倒すか、二人して逃げられるように手を貸すわ。 どう？悪い話じゃないんじゃない？
But if you fail, I help you defeat her or escape. Not a bad deal, is it? It's not a matter of getting a good or bad deal. You're gonna follow me no matter what, aren't you?
まさかそんなの言いがかりよ。たまたま行き先が同じってこともあるんだし。
Did I ever say that? We just happen to be headed in the same direction. What a devil. Still, Tosaka is doing me a favor by letting me guide her. If I let her go, she might fight Ilya if she comes with me. When she behave? Fair warning. I'm not sure I'm going in the right way either. Don't complain if I get lost.
それは心配無用よ。あなたが向かっている方角、地図とぴったり一致するもの。私の地図とエミヤ君の案内があれば迷うことなんかないわ。
No worries there. You're headed in the exact same direction the map told me to go. With my map and your guidance, we won't get lost. Fine, I give up. We go to the castle together. You won't find Ilya then?
ええ、あなたがイリアスフィールと交渉している間も邪魔はしないわ。あの子、敵に回したら厄介だけど、味方にできるなら頼もうし。
Yeah, I won't interfere in your negotiations with her. She's a pain to deal with as an enemy, but if we can be allies... What? An earthquake? The trees sway. A noise that resembles an explosion echoes from afar. No. This was no earthquake. Something like a typhoon is raging nearby. Tosaka, this is...
まさか。どうやら一歩遅かったよね、私たち。
Asaka, looks like we are one step too slow. What? Then... Is that Berserker going wild?
ええ。私たちがここにいる以上、バーサーカーが戦う相手は一人しかいない。どうする？私は行くけど、エミヤ君は残る？
Yeah, since we're here, there's only one person he could possibly be fighting against. So what now? I'm going ahead. Are you staying? There's no time to think. I should stay here. I should hurry and see what's going on. Like hell, I'm staying here. If what Shiro says is right, then Shadow Thing is here. Probably get killed by that, right? Something like that. I'm going with Tosaka. There's no way I'm staying here. Hurry, should hurry and see what's going on. I'm going. That's why I'm here.
それじゃあ私の後ろにいて。アーチャーを先行させるから。それで出会い頭に即死ってのだけは避けられるわ。
Then stay behind me. I sent Archer on ahead, so that should help us avoid getting killed instantly. With that, Tosaka starts running deeper into the forest. Archer drops from a spirit into material form. Gives me one glance and then charges forward, blazing a path. Be safe, Ilya. I grip my wooden sword tightly and chase after them as fast as I can. Another interlude, probably from Ilya's perspective, or something like that. Or maybe Archer? A dark giant escaped from a castle with a little girl. It was an inexplicable flight. They left what would normally be the best possible defensive position and fled into the forest, where they were more vulnerable. Danger was closing in. The girl sensed that unavoidable truth first. The enemy is slowly approaching the castle. When she sensed how great the threat was, she raised the castle's defenses to maximum and woke up the giant in preparation for its arrival. Berserker, the dark giant with a steel-like body. Robbed of his sanity, he has been reduced to an avatar of destruction, bent only on obeying the girl. With her bodyguard and defenses. She has no enemy to be afraid of. That's what she told herself as she tried to fight down the sense of inevitable dread. Sorry. And yet, as soon as the enemy approached, the giant at her side told her, "Run." Robbed of insanity and speech, even the mad warrior sensed that he couldn't win against whatever was coming for them. Instantly the girl fled. She knew. There's nothing they can do against the thing at the castle walls. With the sun behind it, the ominous shadow expanded until it became large enough to easily scale the walls. They would lose. Berserker can't win against it, to say nothing of herself. If they fight it, they're sure to lose, and Berserker won't be a servant anymore. Her servant anymore. That's the source of her unease. The girl ran, because she was afraid of losing her servant, not losing the fight. With the girl in his arms, the dark giant races through the forest. Her apprehension weighs on her even more heavily. They can't escape. Vaguely realizing that there's no escape from this dread, from this fear. The girl orders the giant to stop.
Oh, 賢明じゃな。勝てぬと悟って出てきよったが。
Oh, how wise. Have you come forth because you know you cannot win? Before her stands an old mage, wrinkled and old like a withered tree. Next to him stands an assassin, wearing a white skull mask. Zoken Mato. She recognizes him with a single look as a mage of the Makiris, whom she was taught about when she left the castle in her homeland.
Mato Zoken. 聖杯に選ばれてもいない者がマスターの真似事をしているのね。
Zoken Mato, you're playing at being a master, even though the Holy Grail hasn't chosen you. The girl climbs down from a dark giant and faces the old man. There's no fear in her eyes. The threat that she and the giant fled is most certainly not the person in front of them.
聖杯はマスターなど選ばぬ。聖杯とは受け皿に過ぎぬもの。そこに意志があり、性別をするなどと、お主まで教会の触れ込みに毒されたか。
The Holy Grail hasn't chosen me as a master, you say? The Grail is but a receptacle. Why? You sound like you've let the church poison your mind, to imply that I can concentrate others of its own will. Consecrate others of its own will. The girl watches the old man coldly, as she chuckles, good in the light. He's right, the Holy Grail does not choose. Masters are chosen by the Holy Grail, servants are granted physical form by its power, and are anchored in this world by their masters. But that rule, that pretext, was deliberately distorted and spread. The girl knows that the goal of the Holy Grail War is the opposite. It is merely to fill the Grail. The masters are not chosen, they are merely components of the ritual. Likewise, servants are merely used to open the gate.
あなたこそモーネに毒されているんじゃないの？ゾーケン。
You're the one who has been poisoned by your delusion, Zoken.
器になる聖杯に意志はないけど、マスターを選び出す大聖杯には意志があるわ。もともとこの土地に原型があるからこそ、あなたたちは英霊を呼び出して聖杯を満たそうとした。
The vessel has no will of its own, but the greater Grail which selects the masters does. You summon heroic spirits to fill the Holy Grail because its prototype is here, on this land.
あ、当事者であるあなたがそれを忘れるぐらいだから、マキリの血は衰退したんでしょうけど。
The Mercury's bloodline really must have fallen into ruin, if even a founder has forgotten that. That girl's voice is cold. She shows nothing but scorn for him, and the old man accepts it with a chuckle.
いやいや、心配には及ばん。マキリの衰退もここまでよ。ことはなりつつあってな。予定では次の儀式で行うはずじゃったが、今回は駒に恵まれての、わしの悲願はあと一手で叶おうとしておる。
My, there's no need for concern. The decline of the Mercury's ends here. Our endeavor is nearly complete. I'd planned to finish it in the next ritual, but I've been blessed with capable pawns. I'm only one step away from my long-cherished goal.
そう？なら勝手にすれば。私、あなたに興味はないわ。私以外の器なんて気に入らないけど、どうせ失敗するんだし、邪魔はしないから、おとなしく地の底に戻ったら。
Really? Then do as you wish. I have no interest in you. I don't like the fact that there's another vessel out there besides me, but it will fail anyway. I won't stop you, so go crawl back into your hole.
言われるまでもない。この老体に日の光は辛いのでな。ことが済めば早々に古巣に戻る。
That goes without saying. This old body of mine doesn't like the sunlight, so I'll go back to my nest once my business is done.
だが、やはりの、こうもうまくいきすぎると逆に不安が大きくなる。万が一のため、お主の体をもらい受ける。ここでお前を抑えておけば、我が悲願は盤石じゃ。
But I can't help but feel anxious. And things go so smoothly, just in case, I'll be taking your body too. If I can seize you here, then my wish is all but granted. Old man burns with a ghastly aura. The white skull slowly stands up, but stops against the old man's wishes. It's obvious with a glance. The white mask assassin is overwhelmed by the giant's presence. He has absolutely no chance of defeating it. He'll be cut in half in a single stroke if he attacks. So he stays still, knowing full well what awaits him.
主に似て臆病なサーバントね。そんなに死ぬのが怖いなら戦わなければいいのに。あなたといい、造剣といい、そんなに自分の命が大事？
A coward, just like his master. You shouldn't have come here if you're so afraid of death. Both of you value your life that much. Assassin doesn't answer. Instead, his master laughs loudly.
ああ、大事だとも。我が望みは不老不死。こやつの望みも永劫に刻まれる自身の名でな。我らは同じ目的のため、こうして邁進しておるというわけだ。
Yes, I do. My wish is for immortality, and he desires a name that will be remembered for eternity. We were fated to meet because our goals are the same.
正気なのあなた。聖杯にかける望みが不老不死ですって。
Are you insane? Going to wish for immortality? The girl's eyes are filled with disgust. Old man's sneer twists even more, as if he was waiting for her criticism and scorn.
当然じゃ。見よこの体を。刻一刻と機能を失い、悪臭を放ち体は内から溶け、こうしている今も脳細胞は蓄えた知識を失っていくのだ。
Naturally, you hold this body. With every passing moment, it loses its functions and reeks of death, melting down from within. Even now my brain cells wither and take my intellect with them.
その痛み、生きながら崩れゆく苦しみがお主にわかるか。
How could you possibly comprehend this pain? The suffering of a constantly crumbling life.
自業自得でしょ。人の体は100年の時間に耐えられない。それを超えようというのだから代償は必要だわ。それに耐えられないなら消えればいい。苦しいのなら死ねば楽になるんじゃなくて。
You've brought that on yourself. The human body can only barely last 100 years. Go beyond that, you have to pay a price. If you can't endure it, then disappear. Death will end your suffering, you know? Old man's body trembles. The mage's back quivers as if he's having a coughing fit.
やはりそうきたか、アインツベル。貴様らとて1000年続けて同じ思想よ。所詮人形、やはり人間には近づけなんだ。
There it is, Einswern. The same old logic, even after 1,000 years. In the end, you're nothing but puppets imitating humans. He chortled softly, finding it truly hilarious.
なんですって。
What did you say?
たわけめ。よく聞くがよい、冬の娘よ。
Fool. Listen well, child of winter.
人の身において死に勝る無念などない。虫どもの苗床となるこの痛みなど、己が死に比べればかほどのものでもないわ。
For humans, there's no greater sorrow than death. Even the pain of being a nest for these worms is like a sting of a mosquito compared to my own death.
自己の存続こそが苦しみから逃れる唯一の真理。死ねば楽になるなどと、それこそ生きていない証ではないか。
Survival is the only true way to escape suffering. If one finds comfort in death, then it just proves that one was never truly alive at all.
だからこそ、お主は人形に過ぎぬのだ。その急増の体では、あと1年と持つまい。短命に定められた作り物に人間の欲望は理解できぬということだ。
That is what makes you a mere puppet. Your hastily built body won't last another year. How can a creation designed to live a short life possibly comprehend human desire?
理解できないわ。あなたは人間の中でも特例だもの。そんな長く生きたくせに自分の寿命を受け入れられないなんて乱心したとしか思えない。
That's right. I can't understand. You're an exception even among humans because you fail to accept your own mortality. Even after such a long life, you're deranged.
ねえ、あなた、そんなに死にたくないの？
Do you really not want to die that badly?
無論、わしは死ぬわけにはいかん。このまま死にたくはない。まだ世にとどまり、生を続けなくてはならん。だがそれもすでに限界。故に崩れぬ体、永劫不滅の器が欲しい。
Of course. It's inconceivable. I don't want to die like this. I must remain in this world and live on. But I've reached the limit of what I can do. That is why I desire a permanent, eternal vessel.
そのために。
For that purpose.
そのために聖杯を手に入れようというの？死が恐ろしいから聖杯を求めるの？
That is why you want a Holy Grail? You seek it because you fear death?
死が恐ろしくない人間がいるのかね。
What human does not fear death?
よいか。いかな真理、いかな境地にたどり着こうと無駄なこと。 自己の消滅、世界の終焉を克服することはできん。
It is futile to seek any truth or state of enlightenment. You cannot overcome your own extinction. To the end of the end of a world.
最後に知っておけ。目の前に生き延びる手段があり、手を伸ばせば届くというのなら、何者をも、たとえ世界そのものを犠牲にしても手に入れるのが人間だとな。
Know this. If there is any way to still live, then anyone would reach for it. Even if it means sacrificing the entire world. That is what it means to be human.
じゃあ、あなたは自分が生き続けるために他の人間をみんな犠牲にするっていうの？
Then you'd willingly sacrifice everyone else so that you can keep on living?
おうよ。それで我が望みが叶うというのなら、世界中の人間を一人一人殺して回っておるわ。
Indeed. I would kill every last person on this earth if it would make my wish come true.
人の強欲は尽きぬもの。
Human greed knows no bounds.
お主とて木々の一本一本が寿命を伸ばす妙薬とすれば、この森など瞬く間に食らい尽くそう。たとえそれがわずか一日足らずの延命だとしてもな。
If you knew that each tree in this forest could be made into a drug to extend your life, even you would cut it down, the whole forest in an instant, even if it only meant an extra day of life.
己が一日のために世界の一部を殺していく。
You would kill a part of the world for one more day.
その願望はこの森だけでは飽き足らず、世界中の木々を殺すことになろう。
And your desire would not be sated by a single forest. You would kill all the trees in the world.
その行いによって他人が滅びようと知ったことではない。
It doesn't matter that the harvest would destroy the world for everyone else.
当然であろう。元より人間とはそのようにしてここまで広がり、育ち増え、肥満しきった有象無象。
Isn't that obvious? This is how humans have grown, increased, and grown fat throughout our history.
そこにもはや連鎖すべき法則など成り立たぬ。いずれ破綻するのであれば、わし一人が足並みを崩したところで、誰にも異論は挟ませぬわ。
I'm merely following a law that governs us all. If we are all destined for ruin, in the end, then who can criticize me for walking out of step with the masses? Old man rants merrily. After staring at him for a moment in surprise.
呆れたわ。そこまで見失ってしまったの、アキリ。
I'm amazed you have fallen so far, Makiri. The girl speaks in a voice very unlike that of a girl.
何？
What?
思い出しなさい。私たちの悲願、奇跡に至ろうとする絶望はどこから来たものなのか。
Remember, where did our wish, our earnest hope to achieve a miracle come from?
私たちは何のために人の身であることにこだわり、人の身であるままに人あらざる地点に到達しようとしていたのかを。
For what reason did you insist on maintaining a human form by trying to reach a destination beyond that means of mankind? Beyond the means of mankind? The laughter dies. The old man stares up at the sky in contemplation.
人形風情がよくも言った。ユスティーツァーの真似事も刷り込み済みというわけか。
Well spoken for a puppet. I've seen they've programmed you to imitate Justiza. He stares at the pale girl with a hideous expression.
もうよい。戯れはここまでじゃ。お主の体はいるが、心になど用はない。 アインツベルンの聖杯このマキリ造剣がもらい受ける。
Enough. Playtime's over. I want your body, but I have no use for your mind. I, Zoken Markiri, will take the Einsburn's grail. Old man's shadow creeps along the ground. As if in response, the roaring pressure that has been hanging over the girl increases. The dark giant moves out without waiting for his master's command. No! Come back, Berserker! Her voice doesn't reach him. Kicking up a violent tempest, the dark giant storms into mow down the encroaching shadow. I hear the sound of wind. Ping running through the forest and making the tree shake creates a familiar sounding wind. The tremors gradually grow stronger. We are nearing their source. It's probably just beyond this forest. We're almost upon it, just beyond this dense, overlapping wall of trees. A battle of epic proportions is happening. I skid to a halt. Right before I come into clearings, I stop as fast as I can and hide. Tosaka takes cover behind the tree too, and we behold the disastrous spectacle in the clearing. The clearing is literally a battlefield. 3 servants are clashing weapons. One is Berserker, the dark giant. The second is the white skull masked assassin. And the third is... Wait, that's... no way. Tosaka's voice is shaking. I can't quite hear it. She's whispering right next to me, but the words don't even enter my brain. The third servant. It's my first time seeing the third combatant, clad in black plate armor and visor. At the same time. It can't be. It immediately calls to mind someone I know well. The dark giant raises a war cry. He cleaves through the air with enough force to split a mountain, making the earth explode. The third combatant doesn't shy away from a flying rock and gravel. A black armored servant breezes past Berserker's greatsword and earthen assault, as if it's the source of its raging wind. Rosso's anguish belonged to the giant. He possesses a steel body that renders all attacks ineffective, and the black swordsman easily slices it open. The sword paints Berserker's flank in black, the inky light threatening to swallow him whole. No, Berserker, run! If that thing gets you, you won't be able to come back to me. You don't have to fight anymore. Ilia's voice is tearful. It's futile. Now that he has been ensnared, there's no escape.
2対1ならばまだしも3対1ではサシモの大英雄もここまでだろうって。
Rather than 2 versus 1, it seems, even 3 opponents is too much for a great hero to overcome. Zoken must be the one cackling. The 2 masters, Ilia and Zoken, face each other from behind the protection of their servants. In front of Zouken is Assassin, who seems to have lost to Berserker. Berserker is in front of Ilya. His entire body is being corroded by something black. A dark swamp surrounds his feet. The ground isn't made of earth, but some bottomless pit of mud hampering his movements. On top of it, black vines from the swamp trap his arms and legs. I know those. They definitely belong to the shadow, but for an instant I feel like I'm looking at someone I know well. Duel reaches a new pitch, bringing me back from to my senses. It's a desperate situation. Berserker is strong. He's fighting the Black Swordsman evenly, even as the shadow tries to swallow him. But he's at his limits. The Black Swordsman easily runs forward and slashes Berserker. Even if he's at least as strong as his opponent, Berserker's freedom of movement is stripped away as the fight drags on. Meaning that the scales will only tip further into the swordsman's favor with each passing second.
勝負あったな。
This outcome is clear.
あとは任せたぞアサシン。これ以上ここによっては巻き添えを食らいかねん。バーサーカーが飲まれ次第、アインツベルンの娘を捕らえ戻ってくるがよい。
Take care of the rest, assassin. It's too risky for me to remain here any longer. Once it consumes Berserker, capture and bring back the Einsberg girl. Zouken blends into the mist. He's just departing the forest, leaving Assassin behind.
キャツは目につくものならば見境なく飲む。
Take heed. It consumes everything it sees.
それが魔力の塊ならばなおのことだ。アインツベルンの娘、むざむざ飲まれることのないようにな。
Especially any dense sources of magic energy. Be careful not to let the Einsberg girl be taken too. His presence grows faint, along with his physical form. Zouken is gone. Only Assassin and Berserker remain, as well as the Black Swordsman holding their weapons aloft.
ダメ。そんなのバーサーカーでも死んじゃう。
No,
だからもう逃げてよ。バーサーカー。
no. You'll die too, Berserker. Just run. Ilya whimpers in an emotionless daze. Did he hear it? The dark giant roars and advances. What? This charge just looks like a tornado to me. Berserker kicks his way out of the ground, free of the black shadow that had swallowed him up to the waist, and charges. What he's doing is inconceivable. Not only was he being constricted by the mud at his feet, the shadow also had him entirely bound. He couldn't move. His body was getting eaten by the shadow, meaning Berserker couldn't take a single step. So he decided to tear himself free. With one hand, he grabbed the shadow that latched his chest and tore it off with a ripping sound. He literally tore his own body open whenever the shadow had grabbed him, exposing his innards. His massive physique is swift. This time his attack is sure to crush the Black Swordsman. This will likely be the last blow. With his body ripped apart and on the verge of death, he makes absolutely sure to kill his enemy. And the swordsman answers the assault with the greatest attack.
やだ。やめて。バーサーカー。
Oh, stop, Berserker! Ilya runs. She starts running desperately towards Berserker, as if she can't see the spreading shadow at his feet. Ilya! Even if I go, there's nothing I can do. I don't have a chance of winning against the Shadow or the Swordsman. But still, right now, I have to stop Ilya. Oh, come back, Ilya. I run out of the cover of the trees. Ilya is running at Berserker. I catch up to her and pull her back. In my ears goes numb from of stress, with fierce howling of the wind and the mad warrior's roar. Buffed me so violently I can't even see. The wind pushes me to the ground. Ilya is still in my arms. My vision goes wide and I can't even stand. No, I can't even remember to stand. My body is hot. Something sleeping deep within Shiro Emir cries out. I don't know what or why, but I sense this heat resonating with the noble phantasm that was just unleashed. What? It's getting as hard as to breathe as it's to see. I can't do anything. As long as that sword is burned into my eyes, none of my human function will be restored. This is insane. It's like I'm under a spell. My heart was stolen by something. I only caught the sight of it for a brief instant. Even among the numerous noble phantasm, it's only an illusion of a different magnitude. Few noble phantasms can rival its elegant design and fine workmanship. But its beauty is hardly skin deep. No, the word beautiful would be an insult to a sword. This sword isn't beautiful, but earnest and precious. It's a legend imbued with the hope of dreams of all people. Neither a relic of myth nor a work of mankind. It's a catalyzation crafted from our feelings alone. A sword of pure fantasy sitting at the apex. My eyesight returns. Black crimson flame as dark as midnight illuminates the sky. Was the pillar of light that cleaved the forest darkness itself? Pillar of light. Flames burn silently, but the air is cold. Maybe it doesn't burn oxygen, but freezes it instead. The darkly lit forest grows colder. Ooh, that's what do you call it? Posture or whatever. Is a mirror to the first illustration in Saber was in the prologue. Well, not the first, but the one where she threatened to kill Rin. A swordsman stands against the backdrop of the black flames. I scowl at the sword pointed at me, one of my arms still around Ilya. I can't feel any bloodlust or hostility from the swordsman. I'm afraid of being killed, but at the same time I clench my jaw in frustration. It's not her. This is someone else. It's not just her lack of malice. She doesn't have any of the nobility she used to. The helm cracks. It must have been thanks to Berserker's last attack. But when I see her bare face, I know without a doubt that it's her, no matter how much she's changed. Say, She doesn't reply. Her eyes are now gold and unreadable. They just stare down at me, a fallen foe.
Shiro.
Ilya's voice is trembling behind Saber. Something that looks like it's the eviscerated corpse of Berserker sinks into the dark shadow. Ilya just watched her servant die in battle. Of course, a young girl like her would be scared. Saber! A shake of her excess emotion. I hold on tight to Ilya and tensen my right arm. This isn't the time to be shocked. I'm going to save Ilya. I save her and go home. I can't freeze in my tracks here and wait for death. Saber swings her sword. Just as she's about to cut me down, while I'm trying to stand up, she instantly changes direction and deflects 3 arrows. Archer? Don't stop! Take Ilya and get out of there! Swords clash. Archer immediately follows his sniping up with a bladed assault. But it doesn't give me any peace of mind. Saber easily blocks his blinding fast dual swords. Something's wrong with Archer. I look and see that his feet are tangled in the shadow too. What a disgrace, Archer.
聖順の英霊ではあれの樹海藻には逆らえん。今の貴様はこの森に満ちる怨霊と大差がない。
The pure heroic spirit could never resist that thing's cursed realm. Right now, you're a little different from a wraith roaming the woods. That ruthless voice definitely belongs to Saber. She nonchalantly steps on the shadow and effortlessly sends Archer flying into the woods behind them. Even the shadow was slowing him down. She cut right through both of his swords. Guard without even trying. Both of his swords guard without even trying. Then she does it again. Saber faces me silently. Both eyes. They declare that she will kill me unless I hand Ilya over. Ilya lets go of my arm. The gesture seems to say that it is okay to hand her over. It flips a switch inside me. Get back. Tosaka is waiting for us in the woods. We'll figure things out if we can get back to her. I push Ilya back and take hold of my wooden sword with my now free left hand. I take a scene stance. The saber comes for us. I use all the strength and magical energy I have to strike back. That's all I can do for now. I have nothing to say to Saber. I can't apologize, nor I can ask her to come back to me. She isn't speaking to me, so that isn't something I should say to her. Saber is my enemy now. The only way I can respond is to fight back as hard as I can. I tighten my aim. I won't try for a mutual kill. Saber personally taught me that it isn't an effective tactic. An attack that risks your own life only works when you are evenly matched with your opponent. I can't hope to achieve that against Saber. So, I'm only going to try on one attack. Now that her helmet is broken, I should be able to do some damage if I go for her head. It will make everything I have. It will take everything I have. I'll defeat my enemies. I'll defeat my enemy and survive. Unless I imagine myself fully committing to this, I don't have a chance against her. Here she comes. Dodge, 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 dodge. Who cares if it looks bad? Who cares if I have to crawl in the mud? If I can't dodge the first attack, then forget protecting Ilya. Oh. I'm dead. I've spared Rashly the Saber enough times to know that she won this bout. The downstroke streaks down like a diving falcon from my upper left. It's a slash precise enough to cut a grain of rice, coming for Shiramiya's head. But my head stays attached. Saber's sword stops just shy of my neck. What happened? Then she recklessly lowers her sword and turns away. Don't tell me she stopped her sword because of that. The black swamp spreading across the ground. The shadow is trying to crawl out of it. There's no doubt. It's that unknown being, that clump of curses that I saw before in the park.
私の役目は済んだ。あとは貴公に任せる。
Our role here is finished. I leave the rest to you.
ありがたい。たやすい仕事だ。マジュヌーンに敗れた失点を取り返せる。
My gratitude. It's an easy task. With this, I can restore my honor for losing to that Majnun. Saber walks deeper into the black swamp, and then she sinks into the shadow with bubbling noises, just like Berserker. I watch until she's gone. I have no way of knowing why she's still in this world, or why she's on their side now. If she's my enemy, then I have to fight her. That's what war is. But still, I can't help but think that if I had been stronger, that night she might have never have been wrapped into the dark version of herself. Tosca's voice pulls me back to reality. Right now we're facing the creeping black shadow and the assassin with a skull mask, locked into a smile. We're running, Ilya. I take Ilya's hand and run. Ilya gives the swamp that swallowed Berserker one last sad glance and holds in her tears as she starts to run. We run through the forest. I'm following Tosaka's back. I can sense assassin chasing us through the trees. Behind you, Emiya. Tosaka should have gotten far ahead of us by now. But she slows down and turns back. She must be worried. I know the enemy is right behind me, but I can't do anything about it. My pursuer is assassin. How am I supposed to shake him off with Ilya and Tao? That's far enough. I don't need you. A sinister voice growls in my ear. I look to the side and see a face in a skull mask, smirking and licking a dagger. The white skull is blown away. The assassin was running next to us until someone kicked him in the stomach. So you can't even kill a child without resorting to an ambush, you third rate? Archer doesn't stop as he says it. I cover the rear guard. Take Ilya and run. Hurry, if that thing catches up to you, you're finished. Archer's looking at Assassin and something else approaching from behind him. It's catching up. The shadow is corroding the ground itself as it catches up to us. Archer? Save a discussion for later. Run, boy. Now that you've taken Ilya's hand, protect her till the very end. Archer slightly slows down and falls behind us. For an instant, just before he leaves, he looks at Ilya with a terrible sorry expression. We leave a melee behind and escape the forest. The clash behind us continues between assassin, our pursuer, and archer. Where to head him off? Assassin is forced back repeatedly, unable to go on the offensive. He clashes evenly with archer. Each dagger assassin throws at me, whether to he spots an opening, is shot down, leaving him clearly frustrated. But that isn't because he is weak. Archer intercepts dozens of thrown daggers. He does it with vigor, unlike anything he's shown thus far. Archer has the advantage. I don't know why, but right now he's fighting with demonic frenzy. How can you move? Assassin desperately parries the shot, retreating. Archer retorts.
知れたこと。私は他の連中のように真っ当な英雄ではない。清純ではない英霊ならば、あの泥と同意。
It's simple. I'm not a proper hero like the others. I'm on the same level as that mud.
つまり。
In other words, Archer steps back.
お前ほどではないが、この身もいびつな英霊ということだ。
Archer steps back, perhaps sensing an opportunity. I'm also a twisted heroic spirit. Though, not as bad as you. And brings the sword down on their white mask. Black robe scrambles widely. Assassin flees, clutching his slashed face. It isn't a temporary withdrawal, but a flight for his life. The black-robed servant escapes Archer and disappears into the wooded gloom.
上出来。これで追いつかれる心配もなくなった。
Nice one. Now we don't need to worry about him chasing us.
ご苦労様、アーチャー。疲れたでしょ？しばらく休んでいいから霊体に戻っていて。
Good work, Archer. You must be tired, so go back and rest in spirit form. Tosaka congratulates him with a palpable relief. Lin! Behind her. To! It boils up, as if it was born in the shade of the trees.
何？
Huh? What? She turns around. Simultaneously, the shadow black tentacles reach out. Tosaka! I won't make it in time. I can only watch as the tentacle lays from forth to impale Tosaka. But skewer Archer instead, after he pushes her out of the way. Tosaka stares up in shock at Archer. Archer's done. He's still breathing, and there isn't much blood. He's been impaled, but it isn't through a vital spot. He should be able to regenerate from it. Still, I know that he can't fight anymore. That thing kills servants. No matter how powerful a heroic spirit is, it can't beat the shadow because it's a summoned servant. I just know that, somehow.
嘘。アーチャー、何してんのよ。
No way, Archer, what are you doing? Does Tosaka sense it too? She calls out to Archer in a trembling voice, clinging to her unsteady feet, but climbing to her unsteady feet. Stay away! Get out of here, you fool! Archer's harsh rebuke stops her in her tracks. The shadow pulsates. This forest will die. All of the surrounding mana is being sucked into the shadow. Stupidly, I think that it reminds me of a water balloon. The balloon is engorged and still filling. An unsavory premonition of its bursting and exploding is content contents all over us flashes through in my mind. Oh crap. We're going to be caught in it. We'll be completely swallowed by it in there here. Archer pulls out with the tentacles skewering his body and runs at Tosaka. When I bring Tosaka back, protect Ilya. Oh. We're going to protect Ilya. He told us to protect Ilya. I protect Ilya. I can't protect two people at once. Tosaka is Archer, but Ilya has nobody else. So I have to protect her. In Berserker's place. Ilya, get down! A tentacle. I tackle her to the ground, just as I cover her with my body. My sight and spirits are dyed jet black. It's hot. I feel like my body is about to be blown away. A wave of compressed magic energy erupts into a tempest that violates the whole forest. Nothing. My vision is all black. It's so dark, even though I can see clearly, it must have fallen into the dark black sun. I have no self, no body. Must have been melted by the sun. I have no body. The complete sensory loss is more revolting than any pain. But that's the problem. I can't protect Ilya without my body. The Black Shadow will try to take Ilya away. I use my right arm to resist as best as I can. I hug Ilya with my right arm. And hold onto the ground. That's when I finally realize it. I do have a body. After all, I can protect Ilya without a body. I can't protect Ilya without a body. Oh, I'm being so dramatic. I'm only missing everything from my left shoulder. It's all gone. My body's still here. I'm still here. But so is the feeling of loss. It's not like every part of me got wiped out, but I still feel a deep sense of loss, as if I really have lost my whole body. I'm disappearing. The shadow melts away without a trace, as if it expended all its power. Ilya's safe. I don't know what she's saying. Maybe her ears are ringing. My ears are ringing. Tosaka. I wonder how she's doing. Archer's there. His red cloak is soaked in blood, and he looks so weak, like he's about to disappear. It's weird. What's she doing here?
正気ですか? そんなことをすれば、あなたは
Have you lost your mind? If you do that, you'll...
考えるまでもない。何もしなければ消えるのは二人だが、移植すれば確実に一人は助かる。
There's nothing to consider. If I do nothing, two will die. But if I transplant this, I'm sure to save one.
どのみちこの体は限界だ。このまま消えるというのなら、これをくれてやったところで変わるまい。
At any rate, this body has reached its limit. If I'm going to disappear anyway, then it doesn't hurt to try. Archer's talking to Ryder. I wonder what's happening. In the end, he...
通常ならば死ぬ。人の身に霊体をつなげては助からない。だが、俺とその男は特例だ。リンが目を覚ましたら、うまく処置をしてくれるだろう。
Normally, he would die. You can't save a person by attaching a spiritual body to theirs. But he and I are a special case. Rin will know what to do once she wakes up. Just once, he lovingly touches Tosaka's hair. Everything is growing dark. The black sun is gone. So this must be A mind sinking into the dark.
ここまでか。達者でな。遠坂。
This is as far as I go. You will, Tosaka. Archer says a goodbye in a voice that sounds like mine. Let me stop the recording here. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stop for now, and maybe I see you next in a second or in the next episode. I don't really know yet. But in a sec. Bye bye.